Another edition of the Fantasy Football Expo podcast series is upon us. I'm Bob Long with the Fantasy Football Expo. That guy has a talent you have got to see. His name is Jamie Rochelle. Did I say that wrong? Yeah, Rochelle.
No.
Yes, I got it.
Yes.
Jamie Rochelle with Just Ballin with Jay, and we're coming up next. I literally asked the guy's name and I still screwed it up. My bad. Jamie, thanks for coming, man. Thanks for being a part of this. Thank you for coming to the expo. Folks, I know you've all seen a lot of these videos and you've seen a lot of people here live with us showing off their new product, their new game, their new fantasy football. But Jamie is very unique because he has a talent that not many of us have, and that is an artist. And he draws some amazing stuff. So I'm going to share my screen real quick just so I can show you guys some examples of this as soon as I figure out what I'm doing here. And it is, where is it? Okay, window. Aha, there it is. All right, we'll show it on screen. And there it is. So all those cool little pictures you see there. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Well, that didn't work. Hold on. Let's do this differently. That didn't work. Okay. That didn't work. Oh my goodness. So anyway, okay, that's a little better. So you see those cool little cartoon figures of Mike Evans, Devin Achen, Lamar Jackson, all kinds of cool stuff. Jamie draws this stuff and he puts them on t-shirts and he's going to be there selling his wares. So Jamie, we're really excited about you being a part of this, bringing a talent that, again, not many. I can't get past stick figures, man. I'm terrible at drawing. So Jamie, let's talk about, before we get into the artistry and that kind of stuff, let's take a few steps back. Let's talk about the beginning for you in fantasy football as a whole. What year was it? Who got you into it? What drove you to play this wonderful game that we're going to have 750 of our closest friends all in Canton, Ohio, August 8th through the 10th, and you're one of them. Tell us about how you got started in that.
I don't know the exact year. It was around 2001.
Okay.
And I first played on NFL.com. Just started a league. I had never done it before, but I always wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have as good of a story as Marcus, where he had to do it like over the phone.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I'm back from those days. I'm pre-internet, so I get it. It wasn't as much fun as you think it would be.
I mean, I'm sure it was very difficult, but
Yeah.
that was crazy. That was wild.
Yeah.
It was all online, and
Yeah, right.
it was pretty cool. That was my introduction, and I just absolutely loved it. I am a lifetime Raiders fan, born and raised in Oakland, California. Friends with grew up with Art-Shell and his kids.
Oh, yeah.
Born and raised Raider. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
But that got difficult after a while, and
no, I get it. Yeah. So for everybody that knows me, of course, I live in the Cleveland area, so got my Browns, Expo shirt from last year. So I have to be a Browns fan. It's just part of the DNA. You have to do that. But the problem was in the early 70s when I was a young kid watching football, Browns kind of sucked. And then now they suck again. But anyway, they suck. So I needed another team that I could root for. And the only team that could beat the Steelers, which was, of course, the huge arch rivals, were the Raiders, right? They were the ones who gave them trouble. They're the ones who would beat them in the championship games, or, obviously they had all kinds of amazing games. So I just kind of became a Raiders fan because of that and the whole Al Davis thing and all that. So I still have my, silver and black. I still have my Just Win Baby shirt, that kind of stuff. But so I've always been a closet Raider fan as well. I tell people, and I still kind of root for them just to try to do their best. But they struggle just as much as the Browns do nowadays. But anyway, back to you. So you're a Raiders fan growing up, started playing fantasy football. Let's talk about the artistry, because your stuff, dude, that's like expertise stuff where you've got, I mean, Mike Evans, that catch of his that you got drawn on your website, which is just ball
All
n
in.
with j.com. So check that out, folks, if you want to see some of his stuff. He also has a YouTube channel that's just Ballin with Jay as well, which shows all of and how he draws and how he makes the. He's got some new guys, Matthew Golden, I saw, Jaden Higgins, those kind of people. So definitely all check that out. But like, just talk about like when did you know you could draw this well, and how do you hone that? How do you work that? I mean, obviously, I always say it's a gift. Because you have to be born with it. I mean, I can say drawing is my passion, but I suck at it. So obviously, I didn't go any farther with it when I realized I can't get past stick figures. But you obviously found that out at an early age, I think you mentioned. So talk about that beginning and when you felt like, I think I've got something here.
Yeah, my mom was always a big influence in my art.
Okay.
My grandfather was a professor of music and a
Oh, okay. So you
concert
got
pianist, and yeah,
it's in the
she
DNA. I
always
love it.
yeah she always encouraged it. I remember the first drawing I remember. I did a painting of my little brother when he was in my mom's stomach. In my
Oh,
mom's stomach.
okay.
That's the first
And
thing I
how old
remember.
were you?
Well, I would have been about between 3 and 4
Oh my gosh. First
at the
off,
time.
I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, and you can remember back then, 3 and 4 painting pictures of your brother in the
I don't know
woods.
how I don't know how I remember that, but I do remember it.
Hey, yeah, good for you. I mean, yeah, that's fantastic. Um, that's awesome. So what happened from there? Like grade school, and just as you just kept. Were you the one of those doodling kids that sat there and kind of bored in class and doodle all
Oh
over
yeah,
your book?
yeah. I didn't do any schoolwork. I just
You just sat there.
drew all day long.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that I was some masterful artist either, but I certainly loved doing it. I loved. I'm not even a big reader, but I
Yeah.
loved comic books for the pictures. I'm
Right.
a picture image person.
Sure.
Um, cartoons. Obviously I grew up with GI Joe and
Oh
Transformers,
yeah. Right.
Thundercats, and
Sure.
um, all that good stuff. So yeah, I would just draw when we were supposed to be learning in class, and I had friends who also encouraged it because they loved it too.
Right.
Um, so yeah, just I've done it all, and I've as I got older, I'm 50 years old now. Um, I started getting more into because I'm a graphic designer by trade. That's my actual
Which
real
makes
job.
sense.
So
Yeah. Right.
yeah, so I do get to be creative, but it's different for sure.
Yeah. Sure.
Um, but I started getting a little more serious and like started taking serious art classes with serious art teachers, and
Hmm.
I've done that in the last few years. That's really helped me grow my abilities. So it's something that I've learned really over a
Hmm.
lifetime.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, again, you're born with the gift like that, but then you have to learn how to be better, how to do whatever to continue to improve yourself at it. Um, and the more you do, the better you get. The more things you try, the more things you can visualize. My youngest daughter is a really good artist, and she
Nice.
was always just amazing to me because I couldn't. She didn't get it from me. My wife's pretty decent drawer, but not great. So yeah, so it just kind of came to her, and she just had this natural ability that just blew me away. And I remember she was in some high school class, and she was like, "Oh gosh, I gotta submit a thing tomorrow for this class, and they're going to put it into like a statewide judging, and it's like drawing a house or a building or something, some kind of like architecture thing, right?" And so she just like whipped it up before she went to bed, and she goes, "Okay, well, this is what I'm going to go with." And she took second place in the state.
Nice. That's
Like, how
awesome.
do you whip up something that gets second place in the state? There's kids that probably
I don't
spend
know.
weeks working on her stuff, and she just like, "Yeah, here you go." And I'm like, "What?" So
Yeah,
she became
that's
an
awesome.
engineer. So use a
That's
little bit of
awesome.
the drawing scenario, but anyway. But yeah, so Jamie, so now that you did all that and you've honed that and brought that, what drove you to do Just Ballin with Jay? What drove you to? I mean, I see the combination fantasy football and artist, so that all makes a lot of sense. But when was that decision made? When did you really start deciding to make this into a side gig, a side thing to put out there for people to see and buy?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think of where the best place to start is. Like, we've already established the fact that I've been drawing my whole life, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know, which is kind of funny. I didn't know what to do with my art for most of my life, even though I always did it. I always loved doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just never had that thing like that was my thing, and I would like,
Yeah.
have a website and sell my art and prints and all that good stuff.
Right.
But um, during COVID, well, right before COVID, um, I lost my job at the time,
Mm.
and it was right before. It was like August, and COVID hit, I think, in January.
Right.
Um, and so when it happened, I had worked for myself in graphic design on the side for a long time, and I was just like, cool, I'll just do this full time. This would be great.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it would have been if COVID hadn't hit, and the industry that I was in, all of those clients were pretty much wiped out by by COVID. So
Right.
there go all my clients were
Oh
wiped
man.
out. Um, the good thing was that there's some things that were put in place to help people, and I got assistance with my mortgage, and that was really helpful. And so at that time, I was like kind of at a crossroads, and I was like, well, there's a little window here. Let's try to do some art, like some serious art, like take on some projects.
Mm-hmm.
So I started taking on a bunch of art projects. Did a really cool comic book project, which
Mm.
almost killed me because I had never done anything like it.
Wow.
It's a 30-page book. It took me 4 years to finish the book. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so during that, I was like, I love doing art, but I just can't keep doing it for other people. I got to
Right.
figure out my thing.
Right. Right.
And so I was following a guy. Please, I hope I don't mess it up. It's NFL Pixel on
Okay.
Instagram, or
Right.
Pixel NFL, one or
Yeah.
the other. But he's making NFL pixel art, and creating these pieces of art around the players, like when things are actually happening during the game. And art was really amazing.
Mm.
And she had shirts. He was selling shirts online. I was blown away.
Mm.
And eventually, it inspired me to just basically do the same thing and like create football arts around fantasy football and around the players. And it just and I always also kind of wanted to talk about fantasy football. So actually, Just Ballin itself is kind of weird in a lot of ways because there's nothing else that I know of that's like it. So
Right. Oh yeah. Right.
it's all a wing and a prayer, like for 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
But that's how it was born. It's like two loves. I love fantasy football and I love art, and it just came together in a beautiful way. There you
Got
go.
it.
Just ballin'.
So let me ask you this question. I didn't before, but I'm going to ask you now. So if somebody wanted, so you have these shirts, you have a Jaden Daniels, I see a Lamar Jackson, looks like CJ Stroud. Can't see the other ones because my computer's blocked. But obviously you've done a lot of other players. How does somebody, if somebody wanted, let's say their favorite player, I'll just throw out, let's see who's a new guy. Let's say it's Malik Neighbors. Okay. So Malik Neighbors, and they want Malik Neighbors and they want a shirt like that. Do they just reach out to you and you do it and print it and then send it to them? And how does that all work?
Yeah. So if that's like I haven't gotten a commission yet, but if anybody would like one, you can reach out to me. Like I think you can contact me through my website.
I
There's
think
a
you're right.
contact
I think there is a
contact.
contact. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that,
Oh,
or
yeah,
you
right
can
there. I see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
Okay.
can
I
reach me.
mean, do you have a price set for that yet?
Um, I don't have a price set yet. I haven't done a
Okay.
commission
I
yet.
didn't want to put you on the spot. That's why I asked you before I said
No,
how
but
much.
Yeah, if you reach out,
But I
by the
would
time
think
you
of
reach
that
out, I'll have one. Yeah,
because that's what I would see people like when they come to the expo. I really believe that people are going to walk up to you and go, you know what, my favorite player is Nico
yeah,
Collins.
yeah.
Can you do me a shirt and I pay you
Absolutely.
and whatever? Because I mean that's what people will want. They're going to want their favorite player on a shirt.
Yeah,
And it's a cartoon version, so it's super cool, super fun. Obviously, like I said, there's all the already things up there of players you've done. I see Olave, Devontae Adams, like some Mike Evans, those kind of folks. So and I know that on your YouTube channel you've been doing some like rookies and stuff. So my thought is you probably may already have them done and you just haven't digitized
yeah,
them, or maybe you have. But that's what I see people are going to want.
yeah.
The only weirder thing outside of that would people like want their favorite analyst. So, hey, how about a JJ Zachariason shirt, or how about a Marcus Grant shirt? I don't know.
Hey,
They probably be
yeah.
like, I don't want that, but I'm just throwing it out. JJ, Marcus, you hear me? So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think anything like that where it's so unique and so cool, that one of a kind kind of thing. I mean, I think people will dig that. That's what I see happening. Is somebody going to say, "Hey," and maybe you'll say, "All right, send me your favorite picture of them, of a catch or a run or something," and then you turn it into your masterpiece, and poof, maybe it's just a print. Like I could see just a print, because then
Absolutely.
maybe they'll go to, an autograph session somewhere and they can have Lamar Jackson sign their print. And Lamar Jackson will go, where did you get that?
Yeah.
Because he's going to go, that's cool.
Actually, you mentioned that. There's a few people who actually do. Like, I've never had an NFL player like actually share the art or say anything about it, but they
Right.
do look at it. Is there some policy where online the professional athletes are not supposed to talk to you? Supposed to talk to you?
I don't know about not talking to you. Um, I
I'm
don't
just
think
wondering.
I don't know. I mean,
Lamar
and
Jackson or whoever runs Lamar Jackson's Instagram always looks at the post when I
is
post
that
it in the
right?
story.
That's
They
funny.
never share or say anything, but they always look
Well,
at it.
not to you, but he's probably showing it to Lamar. Like, check this out. This is so cool. Look at you.
Yeah,
Don't be surprised if someday that happens, because you just never know. I mean, I've had people like that have shocked me. I mean, you know, reached out like, hey, I mean, I don't know how much you followed the expo over the past few years or whatever, but 3 years ago we had Des Bryant spend a weekend
I
with
heard
us
about
at the expo. He played flag football with us.
it. Nice.
And I didn't even know he was creating a fantasy game, a fantasy app. And of course, the business partner reached out to me first, said, "Hey, Des would like to come and show off his thing, and how can we make this work?" And I said, "Well, let's have a Zoom call." So we had a call kind of like this, but Des Bryant was there, and he was all excited, and he came and spent the weekend with us. So hey, you never know, man.
Will there be a
If
flag
you think
football
nobody
game?
really pays attention, they do. So
Will there be a flag football game this time?
So we decided after 4 years, we decided to kind of take a year off. We're doing some more fan engagement stuff, meet and greets and stuff, and we really didn't have the time to fit it in, and it was starting to lose its luster. Nobody, we're all getting older. Um, the
Slowing
22
those
year
40
olds,
times down?
yeah. So we only had like 6 teams the last time we played, and so it kind of died off. So we kind of just said, all right, let's go another direction. Let's do more fan engagement stuff. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, I mean, we've tried a lot of fun things, and we're planning on doing that as we always do. But let's get back to you. So you're coming to the expo. How did you find out about us? And what made that decision for you? Like, man, I got to come to this. I got to get a booth and show off my cool stuff.
I just kept hearing all my favorite analysts talk about it
Mm.
and how awesome it was. And I was like, eventually, at some point after the fifth or sixth time, I was like, oh, maybe it's something I need to go to.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Simple
totally.
as that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So you're gonna get a booth. Talk about what you're gonna do at the booth. Sell shirts, sell prints. What's your plans?
Yeah, that's actually the scary part is now I got to get all this stuff ready before it's time to go. But the
Yeah, you only
plan
got
is I
6 weeks,
will,
bro.
yeah, I will have some. I'll probably have some sample shirts. It's very difficult to do the shirts
Yeah.
because, like you said, there's so many. And I have done I did one small convention. It just had nothing to do with football.
Mm.
I shouldn't have done. I actually didn't know it was a good experience, but people want. Everybody has their own favorite team and favorite player. So
Hmm.
I'll probably have some sample shirts, and I
Yeah.
will have all of my artwork loaded on my website by
There
then.
you go.
Which I don't know is probably in the 30s now.
Cool. All right.
And so I'll have stickers.
Oh, sticker.
You know,
Yeah. By the way,
yeah.
people love stickers. As many stickers as you can bring with player. If you can, if they're, I assume they're stickers of the players, right?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
of my
dude,
art.
those will disappear so fast. It'll make your head spin. These
Awesome.
people adore stickers. I don't know why, but they do. And if they can
Okay.
get those stickers with those players, you may want to think about selling those. Even
Okay.
if for like $1 a piece or two, whatever, people will eat those up. I will guarantee that. Or something like that, because yeah, they love their stickers. I know that. So anyway,
Good to know.
but
I'll have stickers, and
cool.
I'll probably have some prints as well. But prints are kind
Okay.
of hard too, because again, it's just so many players.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or like I
but
said,
you can
just
order.
take orders. Hey,
Yeah,
I
yeah, you
want
can
a
order.
print
I'll have
of this.
everything up on the
Yeah.
website so that people can make orders right then at that moment.
Right. So let me ask you this: can people place orders that you can get done in 6 weeks and have at the expo ready for them to take? Because that's
Um, if it depends, like, so if you order a shirt, it depends. It doesn't always come at the exact same amount of time,
right.
but I would
Okay.
say it takes about a week
Okay.
to 2 weeks to get a shirt.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking if they ordered it, they're watching this and they're ordering it now, they reach out to you like, hey, saw your video, thought it
Yeah.
was awesome. Can I get a Devin HN shirt, or a Devin HN print and,
Yes.
buy it online, and then they would pick it up like at the booth when they come or something like that.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right.
Absolutely.
You heard us,
Yes.
folks. Go get them. So whatever you want, order from the man. He'll have it ready for you. So cool. All right. Well, yeah, Jamie, thank you so much for your time. Believe it or not, we're already heading towards 25 minutes. It seemed like we weren't on that long, but just anything else you want to ask me about the expo or just know in general? If not, then just tell everybody where they can find you, your Twitters, your website, your YouTubes, all that kind of stuff. And then I'll take it out from there.
Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, I probably have too many questions for the actual show, but no, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for having me on. I cannot wait to get to this thing and to do all of the things, everything on the list. I'm doing it all.
No,
Um,
definitely. Definitely.
yeah, you can reach me at Just Ballin. It's Balln. Just Ballin with J.com. So YouTube, Instagram, I and my
Twitter?
website. I think that's
Okay.
everything. Yeah.
No Twitter?
No Twitter.
No Twitter. Okay, there you go, guys. So there you go. Follow him on all that stuff. So again, Jamie, thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing all your cool designs, all your cool stuff. As everybody knows, 6 weeks away, guys. If you haven't got your tickets, you need to do it. July 15th, price goes up $30. So save the money, get it now. You know you're coming. There's no reason to wait. Just get it. So get them online. There's plenty left. Lots of cool things. If you're a big fan, get that ultimate fan package where you can do everything through the weekend, do the drafts, get a tour of the Hall of Fame, all kinds of great stuff. So check that all out. So once again, Jamie Rochelle, Just Ballin' with Jay. I'm Bob Lung. Everybody take care. God bless. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching. Lock in your 2025 football tickets now at thefantasyfootballexpo.com. Hit subscribe and check out one of these excellent at FF Expo videos next.